Momi dreams of being a superstar, but everyone calls her ugly. By day, she hides in a dull office job. By night, she transforms into the seductive masked girl, hiding behind a mask while thousands of fans cheer for her. But when she falls for her handsome boss, her obsession spirals into betrayal, scandal, and a shocking secret that could destroy her life forever. And the person pulling the strings? Someone much closer than she ever imagines. Momi always wants to be a superstar since she is little. She loves to dance and hear people cheering for her. But as she grows up, her face becomes the biggest obstacle despite her talent. Her mother is beautiful, but Momi never understands why she looks so different. When she joins school dance contests, the crowd mocks her appearance instead of cheering for her performance. Slowly, she begins to lose confidence in her dream. Even though she has real talent in singing and dancing, she cannot win over the audience like others. One day, her mother tells her to give up and choose a more realistic goal. Crushed, Momi carries that pain into adulthood, where society continues to see her as unattractive. In 2009, at 27, Momi works an ordinary office job by day, but at night she secretly streams live as Mask Girl, hiding behind a mask while performing provocatively for thousands of fans who send her money. At work, she and her friend notice a new employee, Aram, a pretty young woman who tries to win the favor of male staff by serving them coffee. The men compare Aram's beauty with Momi and her friend, leaving both women annoyed. They vent privately, saying Aram must have had plastic surgery, while Momi quietly admires her boss, Mr. Park. He rejects Aram's coffee, saying it isn't her job, and Momi believes he is different, tall, handsome, kind, and not judging by appearances. But one flaw remains. He is already married. And what she doesn't know is that he's insecure inside, so he obsessively edits his photos. At home, Momi searches for plastic surgery options before streaming again. She entertains fans by following their requests, from putting chopsticks on her breast to pouring milk on her face. When fans ask her to reveal her face, she avoids the subject, insisting her body is natural and keeping the focus on her dancing. The next day, Mr. Park scolds her for a mistake at work, embarrassing her. Later, her friend tells her he isn't so perfect since he edits his photos too much. That night, during drinks with colleagues, Aram pours drinks for male staff, but Mr. Park rejects her again. Once again, the men defend Aram for her looks, and Momi's friend argues that forcing women to pour drinks is harassment, leading to an argument. The topic shifts to adult broadcasting, and Momi is shocked when someone mentions Mask Girl as the most famous streamer. Later, she and Mr. Park leave together in the same cab since they are going in the same direction. In the cab, he lies to his wife about who he is with, saying he is alone, and Momi delusionally takes it as a sign that he might have feelings for her. During her stream, she tells her fans what happened in the cab and even says he once wore the same perfume after she complimented it, but she never reveals his true identity. Some fans say she is delusional, so she kicks them out, while others convince her that he likes her, making her even more delusional. The next morning, her friend shows her Mr. Park's latest post, which looks worse, but Momi blushes when she sees it. Later, she sees Mr. Park scold Aram for her poor work, making Momi even more certain that he is different from other men. Then Momi and Aram stay late at the office. Momi comforts Aram, telling her not to take Mr. Park's scolding too seriously. Later, she forgets her ID, so she goes back to the office to get it, only to find Mr. Park having an affair with Aram. Mr. Park purposely scolds Aram in front of everyone to hide their affair, and they make out afterward. Heartbroken, she drinks heavily at home and starts a drunk stream, eventually removing all her clothes and dancing without clothes. Her fans go wild and her account gets banned. She finds out the next morning. Believing it is all because of Aram, she spreads rumors about Mr. Park and Aram's affair at work. Gossip quickly twists into absurd claims like Aram is pregnant, she has already delivered his baby, and Mr. Park is secretly taking care of 2 families. Momi soon realizes how ridiculous it is, even though she is the one who started it. HR calls both of them in and warns them, leaving Mr. Park embarrassed. Soon, he stops coming to work. Momi later runs into him drunk on the street and takes him to a motel since she doesn't know where he lives. She undresses him and pretends to spend the night with him, but nothing actually happens. The next morning, he sneaks out, and soon after, she learns he has quit his job and Aram has moved to a different department. That morning, Momi receives a shocking email containing one of her revealing photos as Mask Girl with the message, "I know you, Mask Girl." Afraid her secret is exposed, she panics. On the train home, she accuses a man of touching her inappropriately and reports it to the police, but the man mocks her, asking why he would touch an ugly girl like her. She explodes, and they fight. After that, she accuses him of being the one blackmailing her. But the police don't believe her, since she has no proof. She even tries reaching out to Mr. Park, but he says he doesn't remember anything at the motel, disappointing her. Feeling desperate, she turns to a private chat with one of her subscribers, a man calling himself Once Upon a Prince, who comforts her after she says she wants to stop streaming and feels like she will never find love. What she doesn't know is that this fan is actually her coworker, Onam. The story shifts to Onam. Since middle school, he has been short, chubby, and often bullied because of his looks. To protect himself, he decides to stay invisible and avoid people. In his loneliness, he turns to animated fantasies and becomes addicted, even buying a life-sized figurine of his favorite character to satisfy his desires. His mother always compares him with her friend's son, saying her friend's son is better and urging him to get married soon, which strains their relationship. He is scared to make eye contact with people, especially women, and over the years, he masters avoiding it and develops a strange ability to memorize people's hands. One day at work, he noticed the same moles and nail art on Momi's hands, but in virtual life, he is different. He always watches Mask Girl's live streams and gives her many gifts. One night, he noticed the same mole locations and nail art and realized Momi was Mask Girl. From that moment, he dedicates his time and money to her live streams, secretly crushing on her and growing more obsessed since they share the same insecurities of being ugly. He never misses her live streams and becomes her loyal fan, but he doesn't dare approach her in real life. It turns out Onam was there when her colleagues mentioned Mask Girl and also saw Momi take the same cab as Mr. Park. He also watched the live stream when Momi asked fans about her and Mr. Park, knowing she secretly liked him. He grew jealous watching her crush on Mr. Park at the office, but later felt thrilled when he caught Mr. Park secretly making out with Aram. That night, when drunk, Momi live-streamed, and Onam watched her rant about her heartbreak, wishing she loved him instead. He also saw her perform in a bikini, but when she removed her clothes, he covered the screen to avoid watching and blamed Mr. Park. He even fantasized that Momi loved him back after he confessed his feelings. Convinced she would return his love if she knew he was her #1 fan, Once Upon a Prince, he tried to approach her, but failed to speak. Later, he saw Momi and Mr. Park leaving in the same cab and heading to a motel. Angry and hurt, he sent Momi her revealing photo to scare her. That night, when Momi privately chats with Once Upon a Prince, not knowing it is Onam about her problem, she asks to meet, but he doesn't reply in time. So she arranges to meet another fan, Handsome Monk, while wearing a mask. At the restaurant, she keeps the mask on, but he convinces her to remove it to eat together. To her surprise, he doesn't insult her and even says she is pretty, boosting her confidence. She drinks with him, and he compliments her a lot, saying she would be popular in the US since he is from there, and suggesting they go somewhere quieter. Behind her back, he tweets mocking her looks, promising to post her photo once she is drunk, and even planning to sleep with her. Nam sees these tweets and panics for Momi's safety. He tries calling her, but she doesn't answer. Handsome Monk lures her to a motel, pays for the room, and continues his plan. Inside, he pressures her to drink, but she refuses. He tries to make out with her, but she still refuses, then turns aggressive, insulting her as ugly, worthless, and lying about being from the U.S. They fight on a waterbed, and during the struggle, he slips, hitting his head on the marble counter. Blood pours out, and Momi is terrified. She checks her phone, sees Nam's missed calls, and finally messages him her location. Nam arrives and tells her not to report it, insisting she will go to jail. He offers to take care of the body. As he tries to chop it to fit into a suitcase, he realizes Handsome Monk is still alive. Shocked, he stabs him, killing him instantly. Scared, he cleans the motel room and drags the body back to his apartment. Meanwhile, Momi quits her job and avoids colleagues. Nam gets her address from HR, claiming he needs to send her stuff, and goes to see her, but she refuses to let him in. Later, Momi announces her final live stream as Mask Girl. Nam rushes to her apartment, where she has packed everything and plans to flee. Even with him inside, she keeps her mask on. She reveals she knows he has sent the photo. Nam admits it, saying he only wants to protect her. She sobs, saying she will start a new life, and asks him to leave. Afraid she will forget him, Nam forces himself on her, justifying it as protection. During this, he is stunned to see her face completely bandaged after plastic surgery. At the climax, Momi grabs a knife and stabs him as they make out, killing him instantly. The story shifts to Nam's mother, Kyung-ja, a poor woman who once married a government employee, but her husband left her for another woman right after Nam was born. She raised her son alone despite difficulties, working different jobs and later opening a small restaurant after saving enough money. As Nam grew up, she saw how badly he was bullied at school. But instead of going to the teachers, she turned to prayers, believing it helped him with his studies and that he had always been a good boy. Time passed, and Nam entered college, then got a job, making her proud. But he changed after he started working. He asked to move out to live on his own, disappointing her, but she agreed. He often refused to open the door even when she came by with food. Frustrated with how cold he treated her, she cut ties and stopped visiting. In the present, she becomes worried after not hearing from him for weeks and calls the police. When his apartment is opened, a dismembered body is discovered in the fridge. The case attracts media attention, and after confirming the body is not Nam, suspicion for the killer falls on him. Investigators reveal he has been missing for 2 weeks. Reports about his addiction to inappropriate media and adult items spread, and psychologists say he was unstable and may have killed someone. Police also connect the case to Momi, who has gone missing, so they suspect Nam and Momi ran away together. They visit her apartment and hear from the landlady that Momi claimed she was going abroad, had recently undergone plastic surgery, and never brought men home. Kyung-ja refuses to accept what the media says. She decides to investigate on her own using Nam's computer, but she doesn't know how, so she joins a class. She investigates Mask Girl, who she sees as Nam's computer wallpaper, and joins her fan club. She learns who Momi is and where she works, but doesn't understand the comments since they are all youngsters using slang, so she learns it to chat online. She closes her restaurant to find Nam, empties her savings, and befriends Teddy, the manager of Mask Girl's fan club, who is also searching for her. Through Teddy, she gets a video of a pretty girl performing under a new identity at Supermarket Gangcheon. Teddy thinks the girl could be Momi, but hesitates since her breasts look fake, while Momi's were natural. Later, Kyung-ja dreams about Nam and soon sees his dead body with her own eyes, confirming he's dead and mourning him. The case becomes so popular that the media report Momi, still missing, is the main suspect. Haunted by guilt, Kyung-ja pushes forward to find her. She tries speaking to Momi's mother but gets rejected and even reported for harassment, leaving her humiliated. In front of friends, she begins lying, bragging about Onam's life as if nothing had happened, saying he was perfect. From her friends, she finds out about a fortune teller who tells her Momi is at Gangcheon, confirming the girl in Teddy's video is the new Momi. There, Kyung-ja asks around about the girl, lying she's her mother, and staff give her the agency's number. She goes there and learns her name is Yu-mi, who already quit and got a better job at a hotel. She looks everywhere at hotels, but can't find her. By chance, she runs into Yu-mi at a tteokbokki stall, follows her, and learns which hotel she works at. Kyung-ja sneaks inside but is stopped by the manager. Again, she lies, saying she's looking for her daughter, but the manager says Yu-mi is busy, and she asks him to keep it secret. She waits outside but dreams about Onam haunting her. Then she sees Yu-mi leaving in a cab, follows her, and finds out where she lives. She waits outside all night and in the morning follows Yu-mi to a salon. There, Kyung-ja notices the same necklace mask girl used to wear and becomes convinced Yu-mi is the one. She starts working as a taxi driver and secretly buys an illegal gun, waiting outside Yumi's workplace. Eventually, Yu-mi becomes her passenger, and Kyung-ja knocks her out with a taser before taking her to an abandoned place. Kyung-ja ties her up, and when Yu-mi wakes, she screams. But no one helps. Kyung-ja slaps her and shows Onam's photo, but she says she doesn't know him. Kyung-ja doesn't believe her, puts a mask on her face, and confirms she's Mask Girl. Holding the gun, she prepares to kill Yu-mi. But Yu-mi pleads for her life, swearing she is not Mask Girl and not the one who killed her son. As Kyung-ja hesitates, Yu-mi says her real name is Chunhi, but Kyung-ja points out her necklace is the same as Mask Girl's and mentions Momi's name. Chunhi laughs after hearing it and says the woman she is looking for is her colleague, Momi. Chunhi begins by telling her life story and how she first met Momi. From childhood, Chunhi was treated as an outcast because of her looks. After transferring to a new school, she met Bu Yong, a handsome boy in her class. She secretly liked him but never confessed because he felt out of her reach, especially since he was preparing to debut as a K-pop idol. After graduating, Chunhi worked as a cashier at a convenience store and ran into Bu Yong again. He remembered her because her name was the same as his grandma's. Using his looks, he asked her for favors like buying alcohol and cigarettes illegally since they were still minors, and she agreed because he was handsome. He tricked her into thinking he liked her, even inviting her to his birthday party, but only to borrow money to pay for it. He promised to return it, but never did. Because she liked him, for years, she lent him a lot of cash. When he finally debuted as an idol, he cut her off. When Chunhi tried to reconnect by calling his name as he went back to his group's apartment, he ignored her. She didn't give up and secretly went to his apartment again, then overheard him bragging to his friends. When asked who she was, Bu Yong called her his personal ATM and said he had many desperate girls wasting money on him, using his looks to manipulate them. Hurt and angry, Chunhi decided to ruin him. She posted an article exposing Bu Yong for underage drinking, extortion, and other illegal activities, attaching photo evidence. The scandal destroyed his career. Afterward, Chunhi changed herself and underwent plastic surgery to become pretty. One day, she bumped into Bu Yong again. Instead of avoiding him, she approached, shocking him with her transformation. She took him in, and they started dating. Chunhi urged him to find a job, but he admitted he had no drive after losing his career. Feeling guilty, she began working at a hotel club to support them. She quickly became the club's star for her singing and dancing, but at home, Bu Yong spent his time playing video games and making a mess of their apartment. Soon, Momi also started working at the club under the stage name Arim. Because of her looks and talents, Momi immediately became the new star, replacing Chunhi. Chunhi saw her as competition and believed Momi stole her spotlight and clients. She confronted Momi and they fought, both pointing out they were pretty because of plastic surgeries. Their manager sided with Momi, who pretended to be innocent, making Chunhi look bad. That was why she hated Momi. She said she found Momi's necklace on the floor after the fight, and that was the last time she saw Momi before resigning. Kyung-ja still doesn't believe her, so Chunhi even points out that her breasts are implants, while Momi's are natural. Chunhi convinces her that she shares the same hatred for Momi and claims she will hunt her down. Kyung-ja believes her and takes her to Chunhi's workplace to find Momi, only to learn Momi already resigned. She convinces Kyung-ja to let her search alone to avoid suspicion. After Kyung-ja drops her off, Chunhi goes to an apartment and knocks on a door, and it's Momi. The plot twist is Chunhi lied the whole time about Momi to Kyung-ja. They are actually close friends and click instantly. Their bond as someone who used to be ugly makes them inseparable, like twins, because they have many things in common and even perform together. The necklace is Momi's gift to her. When Momi once fell sick, Chunhi tried to take her to the hospital, but Momi said she couldn't go, and that's when she confessed she had killed Oh Nam. Hearing it, Chunhi supported her, promising to protect her. It is revealed that when Chunhi asked her colleague about Momi, she actually told her colleague to lie about Momi, saying some crazy auntie was looking for her for money. In the present, after informing Momi about Kyung-ja, the two friends look for a way out together, but Momi has nowhere to go since her mother already disowned her. Meanwhile, Teddy spies on them and takes photos of Chunhi, leaving Momi's apartment. Teddy then approaches Momi and finds out she's the real mask girl after seeing her real breasts. She denies it, starts vomiting, and tells him to leave or she will kill him, scaring him. Back home, Chunhi argues with Boo-young. Tired of his laziness, she tries to kick him out, but he turns violent, beats her, and reveals he knew she was the one who leaked his scandal because her username matched. Blaming her for ruining his life, he forces her to work to support him. Chunhi rushes back to Momi only to find she is about to flee. Chunhi reveals what Boo-young did, and Momi urges her to pack and escape together. Chunhi takes her valuables, including her dog, and tries to leave quietly. But a squeaky toy wakes Boo-young. He beats her brutally, but Momi arrives just in time. Together, they strangle Boo-young, put his body in a suitcase, and hide it in his old car. At the same time, Teddy sends Kyung-ja photos of both women, confirming Momi as mask girl and Chunhi as her friend. Realizing Chunhi lied, Kyung-ja hunts them down, finds them at Chunhi's house, and secretly follows them. Inside the car, Momi reveals she's pregnant with Oh Nam's child and insists on keeping it, but wonders if the baby will be ugly. Chunhi comforts her by saying the baby can get plastic surgery later, but Momi says she will call her baby pretty regardless of looks. When they are about to dump Boo-young's body in the lake, Kyung-ja arrives and tries to shoot them. But the gun jams, giving both women a chance to fight back. Suddenly, a shot rings out, hitting Chunhi. Momi, enraged, attacks Kyung-ja, but Chunhi, with her last strength, knocks Kyung-ja out before dying in Momi's arms. Momi puts Kyung-ja's body, Chunhi's body, and Boo-young's body together in the car, pushes it into the lake, and finally turns herself in as mask girl. As she walks into prison, just like a dream she once had, cameras flash around her, just not the way she wanted. The media goes wild, reporting that she has had full-face surgery, turning Mask Girl into a nationwide sensation. Even the top she wears sells out. At her trial, despite her lawyer defending her by claiming self-defense for killing Handsome Monk and Oh Nam, Momi is sentenced to life in prison. A flashback showed her leaving her newborn baby and Chunhi's dog at her mother's doorstep, asking her to take care of them before turning herself in. Her daughter was named Mimo. Growing up, Mimo's grandmother never loved her because she hated her mother. When she found out Mimo liked makeup, she often mocked her for being just like her mother, but she never told her anything about her. Mimo remembers how much she loved eating tteokbokki from a grandma by the street near her school. One day in middle school, her friends cut her off after their parents discovered she was Mask Girl's daughter. Mimo searched about her mother online, learned she was a killer, and began wearing a mask, using a microphone, wearing a bra, and pretending to be her. Her grandmother saw this and punished her by leaving her outside in the rain. But feeling guilty, she later took Mimo back in when she fell sick. When Mimo asked about her mother, her grandmother still refused to tell her. After finding out her best friends spread the gossip, Mimo changed and became aggressive, lashing out and beating classmates who spread rumors. After repeated suspensions and transfers, nothing changed. Wherever she went, people eventually found out, and her grandmother coldly warned her not to mess up this time. In the present, at a new school, she is forced to sit with Ye Chun, the class outcast. At the canteen, Ye Chun desperately tries to join the cool kids, but they reject her, so she ends up eating with Mimo, though Mimo acts coldly. One day, Mimo saves her from bullies, and the two quickly become close. They stick together all the time. Ye Chun often complains about her family, saying she has it hard, while Mimo refuses to share much about her own life. Ye Chun lies that her father is abusive and that she once almost stabs him to save her stepmother. Feeling sympathy, Mimo opens up and admits her mother is in prison, that her mother never really cares about her, that she doesn't know her father, and that her grandmother raises her. The truth is, Ye Chun's family is happy, and her parents are loving and caring, but she is rebellious. Mimo and Ye Chun's bond grows stronger, holding hands and even getting punished together for making noise while the teacher is teaching. Mimo confesses that her mother is locked up for murder, shocking Ye Chun, who lies again about her father being abusive and her mother running away. The two girls plan to run away to escape their miserable lives and start saving money for a place of their own. Ye Chun secretly searches about Mimo's mother online and finds out she is Mask Girl's daughter. Excited, she sells her little sister's walker to contribute money for their escape, but it isn't enough. So she tries other ways to get cash by selling fake idol photo cards to kids. She gets caught by bullies who beat her up. After that, one bully threatens to harm her, but Ye Chun says she wouldn't dare if she knew who Mimo's mother is, hinting she wants to tell. Meanwhile, Mimo attempts to steal a laptop at a cafe but is caught and taken to the police. Her grandmother slaps her, then tells her to get out of the house. Desperate, Mimo calls Ye Chun for help to stay over, but Ye Chun lies again, saying her parents are fighting, so Mimo spends the night at school. The next morning, Mimo finds out everyone knows she is Mask Girl's daughter, so she suspects Ye Chun of telling. She skips class, and Ye Chun grows worried. Mimo's grandmother comes to school asking for her since she hasn't come home the day before, but Ye Chun, who is closest to her, pretends she doesn't know. While searching, Ye Chun bumps into her family, who are happily hanging out. Mimo, watching from a distance, is shocked to see her father is nothing like the abusive man Ye Chun describes. Heartbroken, Mimo confronts Ye Chun at an underpass. They argue, with Mimo accusing her of lying and spreading the truth about her mother. Their fight turns violent, ending with an old woman walking by as Mimo beats Ye Chun in the underpass. In a flashback, when Momi was first taken to prison, she struggled to bond with her cellmates. Most of the women were curious about her plastic surgeries and killings, but she kept her distance. Inside, a woman named Yoon Sok held a lot of power thanks to her connections with wealthy people and even the head wardens, so the wardens didn't care what they did to other prisoners. Yoon Sok was feared because she had been jailed for helping cover up the murder of her husband and his mistress. Momi was summoned by Yoon Sok, who slapped her, saying she looked exactly like her husband's mistress and had hated her ever since. Soon after, Momi broke prison rules by giving her food share to a woman who cheated on her husband after Yoon Sok prohibited her from eating, directly challenging Yoon Sok's authority. Her minions started bullying Momi and threatened her not to interfere in their business, but she crazily fought back and bit one minion. Yet only she was punished and thrown into solitary confinement. Momi argued why only she was being punished, but the warden ignored her, saying not to mess with Yoon Sok's minions. After being released, Momi's cellmate advised her not to mess with them again, but instead of listening, Momi targeted one of Yoon Sok's minions and beat her. Momi repeatedly targeted and attacked the same minion, attacking her in the canteen and while hanging clothes, leading to back-to-back solitary sentences. But she didn't care. The warden warned Yoon Sok that soon the prison inspector would do an inspection of their prison, and Momi, who had already exceeded her solitary sentences, would get them into trouble if the inspector found out. Momi was released and targeted the same minion again, and Momi's constant fights made Yoon Sok's minions afraid of her, forcing Yoon Sok to make peace with Momi and promise not to disturb her anymore. Feeling proud, Momi managed to prove her cellmates wrong. Years passed, and Momi grew older and remains behind bars. In the present, when a new warden takes charge, Yoon Sok still manages to stay influential. A young inmate tells Momi that she is still popular among girls outside for defending herself from useless men, but Momi acts coldly. One day, Momi receives a letter from a supposed fan. Inside, she finds an article about her daughter, Mimo, discussing whether violence is genetic and blaming her behavior on being the child of Mask Girl, making Momi worry for her daughter, Mimo. Momi decides she must escape and tells her cellmate to help her, shocking her. During sewing time, she secretly sews a long rope and hides it inside her apron, then pretends to go to the toilet and dumps the rope on the ground. During gardening time, with the help of her friend to distract others, she pretends to take more seeds, but actually runs to sneak out. She puts a stone inside the rope and swings it to the prison gate, but her plan is discovered. She is locked in solitary for a month, far longer than the normal 2-week limit, with only a Bible to read. When she comes out, Momi is completely changed, becoming more calm and religious, telling her cellmate she had a vision and that the Lord spoke to her. She begins preaching, though no one really believes her. Later, she hears Yoon Sok's daughter needs a kidney transplant and agrees to donate one to save her life, making Yoon Sok feel indebted for her kindness. During a church visit to the prison, Momi meets Kyung-ja, Onam's mother. Momi realizes the letter about Mimo came from her. A flashback reveals how Kyung-ja survived after Momi pushed her car into the water 13 years ago. She escaped by breaking the car mirror using her gun, underwent plastic surgery, and started a new life with a new fake identity, while plotting revenge. She searched for Momi everywhere, only to find out she was already in prison. Kyung-ja then turned her attention to Mimo and has been following her everywhere she went since she was little. During primary school, it turns out she was the Teokbokki grandma who sold near her school, purposely befriending and getting close to her while secretly spreading rumors that she was Mask Girl's daughter, causing Mimo to be isolated by her friends, with her as the mastermind behind it. And it is revealed that she was also the one who taught her to be aggressive when someone bullied her, and even the article about Mimo's aggression was reported to the media by her. And in the present, it is revealed that Ye Chun didn't start the rumor at school. It was Kyung-ja, all along. After Mimo's fight with Ye Chun, Mimo, who doesn't have anywhere to go, ends up living with Kyung-ja. Back in the prison, Kyung-ja tells Momi that she wanted her to feel the same pain of losing her own child that she endured years ago. The tension rises when Momi tries to attack Kyung-ja, but is restrained by the guards, and Kyung-ja pretends she was attacked by Momi. After that, Kyung-ja returns home and finds Mimo waiting for her, while Momi sits in prison begging to be released so she can protect Mimo. Kyung-ja keeps treating Mimo kindly to gain her trust, even asking her to contact her grandmother to tell her that she's fine. At the same time, Mimo's grandmother wants to file a missing person report for Mimo, but since she always runs from home, the police advise her to wait first. Then, Mimo calls her grandmother, telling her to stop searching for her and saying she always wished she would disappear, making her grandmother worry. With the help of Eun Sok's influence, Momi gets her mother's phone number, and when Momi calls her mother to ask about Kyung-ja, her mother refuses to listen out of anger and hangs up immediately. Momi turns again to Eun-sok for help. Eun-sok then gives Mimo's school number. When she calls it, Mimo picks up when time is almost up, but soon it's revealed Eun-sok tricked her, and it was actually not Mimo, and that she hired someone to pretend to be Mimo. But Momi doesn't know this. Then, Momi asks for Mimo's picture, but Eun-sok gives her false photos of a girl, making Momi believe it is Mimo since she has never met her, so she doesn't know what she looks like. Happy with the picture that Mimo is fine, Momi agrees to donate her kidney for Eun-sok's daughter. But later that night, after looking for a long time at the picture, Momi tears it up after learning it's not her daughter, Mimo, and feels betrayed by Eun-sok. Mimo starts to grow attached to Kyung-ja, celebrating Kyung-ja's birthday, but Kyung-ja secretly prepares to kill her, buys the tools, and hides them inside a hidden basement space in her house. The next morning, Mimo treats Kyung-ja so nicely, even imagining a future with her. But Kyung-ja secretly puts drugs inside her food, then ties her to a chair. And after she wakes up, Kyung-ja records a video to show her being beaten and killed. On the day of surgery, while Momi is preparing, she escapes from the hospital by tricking the warden into letting her go to the toilet. When she uncuffs her, she knocks her out. Then she jumps out of a window, injures herself, but manages to steal a car and uses the phone inside to call her mother. Meanwhile, Mimo's grandmother calls the church community to get Kyung-ja's address, and later finds out from Ye-chun that Kyung-ja has been spreading rumors about Mimo being Mask Girl's daughter everywhere. Together with Ye-chun, they head to Kyung-ja's house. Momi calls her mother, saying that Kyung-ja is Oh-nam's mother and is plotting revenge against Mimo and plans to harm her. So her mother calls the police, reporting Kyung-ja. But later she asks Ye-chun to get out of the cab to make sure she's safe, but she takes another cab to Kyung-ja's house. In the basement, Mimo hears Kyung-ja blaming her mother for her son's death, saying Mimo needs to die to pay for her mother's crime, and Mimo pleads not to be killed. Kyung-ja grows conflicted while trying to kill Mimo because she is softened by Mimo's kindness to her. Police arrive after the report, inspect Kyung-ja's house but find nothing because she hides Mimo in the basement. When they are about to leave, the police hear screams, but suddenly receive a report about Momi, that someone saw where she is. Later, Kyung-ja uses poison smoke to kill her, and she becomes unconscious. Momi's mother eventually reaches the house. Kyung-ja happens to be just coming out from her hidden basement place, sees Momi's mother, and fights her. But suddenly, Ye-chun arrives, and Momi's mother insists she go save Mimo, so Ye-chun goes to the basement, wakes Mimo up, and unties her. Momi's mother gets stabbed, but then Momi arrives to save her mother from Kyung-ja, knocking Kyung-ja out. Then Momi goes to the basement to save Mimo and Ye-chun, but Kyung-ja arrives with the knife threatening them. Momi fights her, then Kyung-ja holds the gun to shoot her, and Momi tells the girls to run first, but Mimo's grandmother dies in Mimo's arms, making Mimo regret what she did and realize that her grandmother has been loving her all along. After a brutal struggle, Momi attacks Kyung-ja and tries to escape with the girls. Police have already arrived and surround the house, demanding her surrender. Just as Momi prepares to give up, Kyung-ja shows up and points her gun at Mimo and is about to shoot her, but the police shoot Kyung-ja in the head, and she is dead on the spot. Momi collapses in Mimo's arms after shielding the bullet. As she dies, she smiles because she manages to protect Mimo. In the end, Mimo is temporarily adopted by Ye-chun's parents and returns to school and stays close to Ye-chun. The story closes with her watching an old tape of Momi performing on stage as a child, carrying the bittersweet memory of who her mother once was, who just wanted to be loved by everyone. As she watches it, she cries. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.
Craving K-dramas or K-movies? Get your bite-sized fill at RecapDumpling.